Okay, so we have now finished redeploying all of our forces. Well, almost all of them. Some of them are still being deployed here. As we can see now, we're pretty much just setting up for the final stage before we get to the next big climax with the war against the Soviet Union. And we have about a year before that begins, but I first want to secure other fronts here as well. One thing though that I do want to mention though is that before I was correct in assuming that the British would be annexed by Canada, as that's what has happened, and what was ever left of their dominion has basically been integrated as part of Canada now. So, yeah, the British Empire is pretty much no more. It is to be expected though. But I suppose there isn't an event for it anymore since the British are gone, but at any rate, I'm gonna do essentially launch Operation Weserubung, the invasion of Scandinavia, although I am going to expand it though to include Sweden. The reason for this being is simply because part of the Axis victory in mind included the eventual annexation of Sweden as well into the Reich, so might as well just do that right away then. Should go pretty smoothly for the most part. Denmark usually surrenders pretty quickly. Oh, and there they go. Denmark accepts our demands. As fellow Weserubung begun, the Danish government was faced with a demand for immediate surrender in the face of overwhelming odds. A deal was struck, whereby the Danish government stood down the army in return for retaining control of domestic matters, making the occupation of Denmark the most lenient among Germany's conquests until the summer of 1943. So, perfect. Denmark is now a part of the Reich. And our soldiers can then continue moving on to the rest of Scandinavia. So, people were expecting that I wouldn't be invading Sweden. Well, I'm not afraid of any Swedish chefs or Vikings. So, nothing that the good men of the Reich can't handle. Oops, wrong button. Here, moving slow. Well, the good news. Yep, there it goes. Should be a pretty easy attack in all honesty. Most of the countries here aren't really set to, well, not necessarily set but prepared, or whatever you want to call it. keep on moving forward. I'm used to playing another real-time strategy game. I've been playing a little bit of Hearts of Iron 4, a little bit of the Kaiser Reich mod. Probably going to do that at some point in the future here too, once I've done with this one. So, would have done this Let's Play on Hearts of Iron 4 to begin with though, but when I started this campaign I was having some difficulties with it. Couldn't get it to work properly. So I'm doing on Darkest Hour instead. Which is fine, I can honestly get a more accurate map on this game anyhow. Oops. Suppose I don't need any reinforcements then. Let's get a little more infantry coming. There. Keep moving that way. There we are. It's Annex Sweden. Perfect. One more province to add to our Reich. After all, we could use the IKEA and everything too, so always good to have Sweden add into our empire. And no worries, it's just about done here too, then it would seem. There we go. That should do it. Yep, that is everything there then. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot about is that since I took over Denmark after Britain had surrendered, the British never went to go and occupy Iceland and Greenland. So, guess I won't have to worry about Operation Icarus then. Operation Icarus, for those of you who don't know, is the codename given for the German invasion of Iceland. It never happened though in history, obviously. There was a bunch of stuff that happened, like the British and the Americans took it over, so. One other invasion here, though, that I still can do, and that's this Operation Tannenbaum. Operation Tannenbaum. Occupying Switzerland with its transport and logistics network might prove invaluable to ease the support of our troops in southern France and Africa. With the combined effort of our troops in Germany, France, and the support of Italian units, we should be able to overwhelm Switzerland and capture the infrastructure fairly intact. I'm going to invade them. After all, Switzerland has a bunch of German-speaking people in it. Plus, who doesn't like Swiss cheese, chocolate, and knives? we should hopefully be able to take them out fairly quickly here. That should do it for now. Hopefully we can overwhelm some of their defenses before they get some of their militias going. So if you don't move fast enough, they can get a good number of units recruited, actually. That is one thing about the Swiss, is that even though they haven't been in any wars over 200 years, they still do have a pretty good sized army. So, although it looks like we've pretty much won it here. In actual history, the only reason the Nazis never invaded is because they were able to get some sort of trade agreement going. But obviously for this slow campaign, we decided to do it the other way. The more fun way, as some people would like to call it. So, alright. Well, would you look at that? It's only August 8th, 1940, and I've already conquered pretty much all of Europe. So. Well, I guess nothing left to do now but slowly prepare for, well, I think you guys know what's coming next. So, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be the make it or break it moment. Like, I know I said that before with the Operation Sea Lion, but this next one will be the true one, because if I can't take over the Soviet Union, then this campaign will end up being a bust. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been TheBlueBadger, signing off for now, and I'll see you guys next time.